Good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News. I trust you're having a lovely Tuesday so far. My name is Jackie Wemburo. Sign language interpreter is Lucy Mora. Well, here on Lunchtime News, we have a comprehensive bulletin lined up this afternoon. And to kick us off, we shall be crossing over to Kisumu County, where the 9th edition of the Africities Summit is being held from May 17th to 21st. And this is the first time the Africities Summit is being held in an intermediary city, and the theme this year is dubbed the contribution of Africa's intermediary cities to the implementation of Agenda 2030 of the United Nations and Agenda 2063 of the African Union. And for the first time, the summit will highlight the first level of the continent's urban framework. And earlier on, President Uhuru Kenyatta graced the Africities Summit event, while former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, in his capacity as the African Union High Representative for Infrastructure, chaired the first round table of discussions. Now we'll be joining our reporter Wycliffe Okech, who has been following up in Kisumu, and who will be giving us more details of what to expect as we progress. Now, Wycliffe, if you can hear me, kindly bring us to speed.
Well, thank you so much, and I can hear you clearly well, Jackie Wemburo, back in Nairobi. We are, of course, at this 9th edition of the Africities Summit that is now actually taking place in the lakeside city of Kisumu, a summit that has been graced, just like you said, His Excellency the President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is actually who had made remarks on this summit, which is about the role of intermediary cities in the implementation of the Agenda 2030, that is for the United Nations, and Agenda 2063, the AU Agenda 2063. And the two agenda combined talk about how the intermediary city, or rather on how to improve the living standards of the populace. And this focus actually puts the focus in the role of intermediary city. Actually, like you said, it's the first time that the lakeside city of Kisumu is playing host to this unique summit. You remember, this summit is bringing together here in Kisumu about 8,000 delegates, among whom include the national government leaders. There are heads of state that have actually graced this occasion. We have the former president of the Seychelles president. We also have the president of Djibouti among the heads of state that have graced this occasion. And the remarks that have been made so far by both the President Uhuru Kenyatta, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, that is actually the AU Special Envoy for Infrastructural Development, they are all pointing out to the need to develop the infrastructure in urban cities, because they have talked about the foreseeable anticipation of population increase. That it's called rural urban migration, and to accommodate the population that will be moving from the rural areas to the urban centers, there is need to increase the capacity of urban centers to accommodate these people. Talk about the security, the infrastructure, electricity, and all that. That means the African nations that are actually participating, that are interluded in this summit, must work together to ensure inclusive development. And Right Honorable, if I can just mention, he pointed out now the need to improve the African infrastructural function. He said that if this is not done, actually, that accommodating the high population that will be moving from the rural areas can be a challenge. And he talked about the inter-country Africa trade within Africa, and to accommodate that kind of trade, there is need to increase the capacity of the infrastructural accommodation of that population that will be moving from the rural areas to the urban centers. Jackie Wambiru, just like you said, it is the first summit that is being held in an intermediary city, and this is no mean feat for the lakeside city of Kisumu. You remember, Kisumu has seen a massive transformation in the recent past. That has it started just like at a center for barter trade, and now it is the third largest city in Kenya, and that means this summit, that summit will be looking to propel it to even a further stature, and that is what by the time the governor was lobbying for this city to play host to this summit. That is the key agenda that he had in mind, such that the county of Kisumu, or rather the city of Kisumu, sees more infrastructural development, more development in terms of housing and all that. And just talking about housing, President, if I don't before I forget, President Uhuru Kenyatta pointed out that the Big Four agenda, which of course he mentioned, in terms of infrastructural development, housing, and all that, in a way to build the capacity of the country, the country to accommodate his population. He underscored that the full implementation of the Agenda 4 project, the Agenda 4 project, will actually play a great role in realization of the inclusive development that is being sought after by the African, which that is the primary goal of this particular summit. Well, Jackie, because of time, actually, we will be looking into this summit, because this is the first day, and we expect this summit to run all through to Friday, and we'll be sampling everything, that the remarks that will be made here, the exhibitors down on the other side, whatever they have, pieces of innovation, so that we will be combining all this and bring comprehensive stories from this. Back to you, Wambiru.